Hello and welcome to the Daily English News program on Azərbaycan Televiziya. I'm Ilham. We believe that the peace-loving members of the Western Azerbaijan community will return to their ancestral lands and those good neighborly relations will be established between our peoples. These views were voiced in the letter of President of Azerbaijan, Ilham, addressed to the participants of the Third International Conference on Cultural Heritage and Right of Return, restoring the cultural heritage of Azerbaijanis displaced from Armenia as a path to justice, reconciliation and peace.
The right of return is one of the fundamental principles of human rights. Securing this right is not only about the physical return to one's homeland, it is also about restoring the spiritual integrity, cultural heritage and historical memory of society. The restoration and protection of Azerbaijani cultural heritage in Armenia, in addition to being a legitimate demand of the Azerbaijani people, is necessary in the context of respect for universal human values, closing the page of hostility and fostering mutual understanding between peoples. The Western Azerbaijan community, which includes individuals directly affected by deportation and massacres, should be commended for its discreet and constructive approach, openness to reconciliation and dialogue, adherence to international law, and respect for the territorial integrity and sovereignty of states. The fact that Azerbaijan and Armenia came together in Washington on August 8, 2025, with the mediation of the United States of America, the signing of the joint declaration and the initialing of the draft peace agreement creates hope and confidence for the future coexistence of both peoples. We believe that the peace-loving members of the Western Azerbaijan community will return to the ancestral lands and that good neighborly relations will be established between our peoples. I wish every success to this traditional international conference, which has already evolved into a global platform. I reiterate my confidence that the discussions to be held will contribute to the protection of cultural heritage, the understanding of the right of return, and the safe, dignified, and peaceful return of our compatriots to their native lands, and will be an important step on the path to reconciliation and peace. İlham, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, December 5, 2025.
5 dekabr 2025 yıl.
A new meeting was held in Shusha to discuss environmental monitoring and the implementation of projects in the liberated territories. The working group on environmental issues reviewed whether infrastructure projects in Karabakh and eastern Zangezur comply with environmental standards, as well as the condition of mineral water deposits, underground resources and green spaces. Instructions were given to strengthen coordination between government agencies. Niger's authorities have announced plans to take legal action against the French nuclear company Orana because of radioactive waste. According to Justice Minister Ali Daouda, Orana committed mass crimes by using radioactive waste and thus causing harm to the health of people. The minister noted that the presence of bismuth-207 and chromium X in the taking samples which are capable of causing harm to the health of people even at distance of 10 meters and can lead to even greater complications as the time goes by. He expressed the concern over the fact that Iran is trying to shy away from the liability. Uranium is of strategic importance for the European nuclear energy sector, and Niger is one of the leading producers of uranium worldwide.
This company caused harm to the health of Niger people by planning mass crimes involving the use of radioactive substances, endangering the lives of people and polluting the environment, and it continues to do so. This company has refused to comply with Niger's court rulings requiring it to process the waste. All of these actions constitute crime according to the environmental guidelines and provisions of the criminal code. Niger authorities have undertaken all necessary steps to seek redress for all the damages incurred on our people and environment.
Courses for the professional development of Azerbaijani language teachers will be organized in Georgia. This was announced in an interview with the Georgian Bureau of AzTV Haber by Emin Amrullayev, Minister of Science and Education, who is visiting Tbilisi. The minister emphasized the importance of maintaining a high professional standard among teachers.
The priority, of course, is primarily in the field of education, specifically in improving the quality of instruction in Azerbaijani schools here and in joint efforts to train teachers. We discussed this at our first meeting. In the near future, professional development courses for Azerbaijani language teachers are planned, either in Azerbaijan or in Georgia. Similar programs may also be organized for teachers of the Georgian language, both in Azerbaijan and in Georgia. Currently, certain educational reforms are being planned and at least discussed in Georgia. We are closely following these processes. The main issue is to align these reforms with our curricula, as there were previously some inconsistencies that need to be addressed. Additionally, textbooks in Azerbaijani are supplied from Azerbaijan and are periodically updated in the country. However, teacher training must keep pace with these changes because the professional level of the teacher is at least as important as the textbook. I would even say it is significantly more important.
The great return to the territories liberated from occupation continues. Another 18 more families, a total of 66 people, returned to the village of Horovlu in Jabrail district. They were handed the keys to their new homes. A total of 334 private houses have been built here, with all necessary conditions provided for a comfortable living. That was all for the day. Thank you for watching us. Stay well.
Təyyarədə gecikmə var. Biraz yubanacağım.
Siz AzTV xəbərə baxırsınız. İndi AzTV-nin mobil tətbiqi ilə ən son xəbərləri istənilən yerdə, istənilən an izləyə bilərsiniz.
Azərbaycan Radiosu 105 FM.
Ulduzlar yatar, bircə baxışla günü oyadar. Gəl baxışınla baharı qaytar, quşlar qayıtsın, qoy qatar qatar.
Hazırdır.
Deməli hələ baxmağa vaxtımız var.
Azərbaycan Qranprisi start verildi. Olsun da buradan 2 İlham'sı görürük. Davamı necə gələcək?
Təəssüf edirəm xanım, gecikmisiniz. Konsert artıq başlayıb.
Artıq AzTV-nin yeni mobil tətbiqi ilə bizi istədiyiniz yerdə canlı izləyə biləcəksiniz. AzTV, İdman TV, Mədəniyyət TV, Azərbaycan Radiosu və Beynəlxalq Radio. Hamısı bir tətbiqdə, bir toxunuş uzaqlığında. Bunun üçün mobil cihazlarınızda Android üçün Play Market, iOS üçün App Store-dan AzTV mobil tətbiqini yükləyin.